The Fed's going to cut interest rates today. You heard it here first. Tap the vein guarantee. Tap the vein guarantee. Anyway, the reason for this is quite simple. A, because I got my main hockey shirt on, or his hat on, that my man Chris sent to me, because Chris is a legend. All you guys who aren't sending me stuff, I got my cheesehead thing behind me there. Even though the cheeseheads, but if you're not sending me stuff, you're not a legend. So if you want to be legendary status, send me stuff. Or buy me a cup of coffee down below. Come on, eat a cup of Joe. So here's some Breitbart. Breitbart, oh my goodness. Okay, well, you don't have to listen to it. That's fine. But here we go. Import prices signal low inflation. China reducing prices to fend off tariffs. Interesting. But Josh, there are no tariffs yet. Dude, I had my man, who's that guy? Thomas, a couple other people. The tariffs aren't. Oh my goodness. The Trump derangement syndrome is crazy on these guys. The tariffs aren't in effect yet. I'm like, I was like, can we just stop? Can we just stop? The tariffs aren't in effect yet. It's like their reasoning for why the import prices are going down. Now, let's check this out. U.S. import prices were unchanged in May. The Labor Department reported Tuesday, offering fresh evidence that inflationary pressures from global supply chains remain muted, even as tariffs rise and trade tensions persist. The Import Price Index, which measures prices at the border before tariffs kick in, showed no change from April and is up only 0.2% from last year. The data provide a clean view of what foreign suppliers are charging American buyers. So again, this is what they charge at the border. They said, this is what we're going to charge to you, American consumer. It's before tariffs are kicking in, but the prices aren't up at all. So people say, we're going to raise prices to offset tariffs. Well, they're not doing it. Prices for imported fuel fell 4% and are down 15.7% year over year, led by declines in petroleum and natural gas. I'm not sure why we're importing natural gas, but who knows? Maybe it's just, I don't know. And if anyone you know it, put it in there. But even though it doesn't matter, the prices are now 15.7%. Excluding fuel, import prices rose 0.3% in May and are up 1.7% from last year. Import prices are up less than the target rate for inflation. Increases were led by non-fuel industrial supplies, capital goods, and consumer goods, including big pharma and autos. Let's see. The data do not directly show if trade policy is contributing to inflation, but the data show no signs of generalized inflation in prices, suggesting that fears that higher inflation could result by making consumers less price sensitive have not been borne out. Yep. Interesting. From import prices from China fell 0.2% in May. Import prices from China fell 0.2% and are down 2.1% over the last 12 months. That decline may reflect price cutting by Chinese firms to offset U.S. tariffs and remain competitive in the American market. The import data aligned with other signs of subdued inflation. Consumer prices rose 0.1% in May, and producer prices posted similarly soft gains. So let me check this out. I'm going to go to something else here. A couple of slow growth, if not even worse, signs. My man Brian Westbury over First Trust Portfolios. Industrial production declined 0.2%. Retail sales declined 0.9%. That's just a headline. There's better if you actually dive a little bit deeper into there. But still, we see headline numbers declining. Inflationary numbers are well below expectations, absolutely, in terms of what we expected in May. And then we're seeing declines elsewhere as well. So this is a definite sign that the Fed can feel the green light to cut interest rates, for sure. One of the things I noticed was kind of interesting. And you see PPI rose by 0.1%. That's it, 0.1% in May, the producer price index. And of course, we know the CPI rose by 0.1%, half what expectations were. All right, so for those people who say, oh, we don't have, it hasn't been any tariffs yet. Well, let's check it out, shall we? Oh, hold on just a second, amigos. Hold on. We got to click on this guy. I had no clue you could find how many followers you had. 1,992 followers. Hey, so follow me on LinkedIn. Let's get over to 2,000. I didn't know you beat us to me. 1,992 followers. So follow me there on LinkedIn. So I posted this right here on my LinkedIn page and my X page, my YouTube page and all that. But right here. Let's see if I can't. 1 second. For those saying tariffs haven't happened yet, according to Yale's Budget Lab analysis, the average effective U.S. tariff rate after incorporating all 2025 tariffs is now 22.5%, the highest since 1909, excuse me. The April 2nd action is the equivalent of rising the effective U.S. tariff rate of 11.5% points, meaning the single action alone raised tariffs by nearly 5 times the 2024 baseline. Summary, 2024, 2.5% average tariff rate, 2025, over 20% average tariff rate. This represents the highest U.S. tariff rates in over a century. Yes, bringing them back to levels not seen since the early 1900s. All right. I don't know what this guy's saying. Nope, and the adjustment to the fiscal budget never changed still last year. Okay, I don't understand that. I mean, I don't. I'm just talking about tariffs. But be as it may, I mean, look, you could argue that Claude is wrong or the Yale Budget Lab is wrong, and all that stuff. You know, the facts are the tariffs are higher now than they were. So stop this. Jane, stop this crazy thing. All right, Jane, stop this crazy thing saying there's no tariffs, and they are. And we haven't seen any CPI increase, which is history of the era of tariffs. We've known. Why is this so difficult? How can I get through to these kids? We had tariffs in 1890, tariffs in 1897, tariffs in 1922, tariffs in 1930. We had Reagan with tariffs against Japanese semiconductors. Did this lead to massive tariffs increases? It just did not. I just don't understand why people can't see this. It's weirdest thing to me. I'm like, dude, okay, but the evidence says you're wrong. Well, those who go back to, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is what always cracks me up about tariffs. You're using antiquated data from going back to 1897, 1890. I'm like, okay, so where's the proof that tariffs cause inflation? No, have you seen the price of gas lately? That's what they always say. Dude, it's crazy. Where's the proof that tariffs cause inflation? So let's just discount that tariffs don't cause deflation or don't cause inflation. We'll just say because historical evidence, we'll say, okay, well, where's your evidence that the other way around? Where is it? It's crazy. There is none. And then we'll say, okay, and then they'll say, well, tariffs lead to depression. I was like, how? Well, Smoot-Hawley, the McKinley Tariff Act. I said, okay, so I can't use the evidence that the tariffs don't lead to inflation because it's antiquated, but you can use Smoot-Hawley. We're not dealing with the best of the brightest there, dude. We aren't. We're just, it's frustratingly silly because it's like, people are willingly ignorant. They just don't want to deal with the evidence. They have this in their, and I think what it is that the Democrats know that Trump is taking their base from them because the Democrats know that they gave up the game of the working and middle class, the populist party, because they wanted to be the elite LGBT, the college-educated, highly intellectual, even though not intellectual yet idiots, is what Nassim Nicholas Taleb calls them. They wanted to be that crew. They want to say, we are the elite. We are no better, and you should listen to us. Whereas before they were the working populist people, and they gave that up. And Republicans, not many Republicans, Trump, thank the good Lord, said, okay, we'll gobble those people up from underneath you because they should be on our side anyway. And I think that the Democrats are they're like, damn, we screwed the pooch, and it's going to be awful hard to get that back. And I think what it is they know that Trump is right, but they just can't come to fruition that they had the chance to advocate this stuff after. I mean, literally Clinton, I can't stand the guy as a scumbag, and he NAFTA, World Trade Organization, whole thing. But he was promoting, in some regard, a populist Democratic agenda. You see what I'm saying? And the Democrats rode that. They did. And now they've gone insane. And, the Republicans are kind of there to pick up the pieces to some regard. I mean, we still got Lindsey Graham. I don't know what the hell's going on with Tom Cotton. I don't understand. But we still got too many clowns on our side. But we are more and more every day become the populist party. And I just think the Democrats realize that. And they're doing whatever they can to say, no, this isn't happening. Because they're just like, damn, we shot ourselves in the foot. And I couldn't be happier. Now, the question is, what's going to happen after Trump? Will it be the Lindsey Graham's party, the Susan Collins party, the Lisa Murkowski party, or is it going to be the Trump party of Josh Hawley, of the MAGA people, the JD Vance? We'll see. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. So you heard it here first. The Fed sees the data. They're going to cut interest rates. I'd say 25 basis points today just to get their toes wet. We'll see.